Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shakir Mazuki from chemistry part 6. So today I'd like to discuss about the salts. Let's take a look for the salts topic in your mind. So when we talk about the salts, most of us will talk about the bunch of clear granulates that we use in the food for better taste, isn't it? So this is true. We use the sodium chloride in our food in kitchen. We have to know that salt actually refer to very large of the family of the compound of many different properties and the uses. Okay, example I can give to you: sodium chromate exists in yellow precipitate. Potassium permanganate exists in purple. Iron disulfate exists in shiny metallic. In fact, sometimes they call as the mineral full shining. Sometimes most of the people also have sometimes they also do a mistake. They have wrong-minded because they thought when we ask about the salt, they thought that the salt is very salty. Actually, when we talk about the salts, they have many taste. Sometimes the salt can be bitter, sometimes can be sweet. Okay, so actually how the salt is produced, how it was happened. So actually the salt is come from or combine of the positive ion with the negative ion to make the natural of electricity. So if we can see, the cation comes from the if we take a look from the table, the positive or cation comes from the table 1 and table 2, while the anion comes from the halide group 7 and the group 6. So another example I can give to you is complicated salts that we call as the diazonium salt, which are all of them exist in brightly color. So what could this salt be used for? So the answer is they are used in dye pigment to color our clothes. So if you have any chance to look the burning fire during the Freedom Day, New Year, actually we can see the burning in the sky with the variety of the color. Actually, they are all that burning is from the salt variety. Okay, now very simple. We take a look for the method of the preparing salts. So when we fix the salt, or we how we can recognize or use the different of the method to prepare the salts. Okay, so very simple. We have to remember, all of us have to remember that first of all, we have to know group 1 salts will use the titration method. For the 5 of the salts compound inorganic, silver chloride, lead chloride, calcium sulfate, lead sulfate and barium sulfate will use the ionic preparation, will use the ionic precipitations, and others of the salt will use the solid and acid. Okay, now we have take a look for the example. We do some questions to look or make we have more understanding about the source and the method we used for the preparation. So first of all, for the first question, we took when we face about the source, we have to recognize which we have to recognize how to be classified or identify to we have to recognize or classify the class of the salts. First of all, we look at the K, because K from the group 1. Okay, so we can classify or look from our principle. So group 1 such as K and A will we took for the titration method. Okay, so for the next question is Mg2SO4. Okay, so MgSO4, Mg is from the group 2. Group 2. Okay, so if we flashback or look at the principle, Mg is from the group 2. So group 1 is here. We cannot use the titration, or is this compound of MgCO2 don't have in our five types of the compound: AgCl, PbCl2, CaSO4, PbSO4, and BaSO4. So it's belong to the others, which is we can use solid plus acid method. Okay, so we go through for the next questions, which is Na2SO4. So we could recognize from the Na2, which is from the group 1 class, from the periodic table. So we can know that from the principle it is the titration. Okay, for the last question is Ca2SO4. Okay, Ca2SO4, if we go through our principle is we can see that is have in our principle from the 5 types of the ionic precipitation, and we can use the ionic precipitation. Okay, let's go further. Let's go further. Okay, now we can okay, let's go further. Okay, which is we can see that here is Mg is from the group 2 and SO4 from the solid, and Mg is from the solid and SO4 is from the acid. So we have to know, or before the salt is before the salt is because the salt is occur, we have to know the what type of the acid we use. Okay, here we can see is the SO4, and the acid we use is we can take H2SO4, hydrochloric acid. And so we can see from the here is the Mg solid. How we prepare or we make it is we can use Mg, we can use magnesium oxide, magnesium hydroxide, and others. This is an example we can use of the element, or we can use for the preparation of solid plus acid method.